everybody, and welcome to the Queen's Table. It's the first one of the year. I'm Dion John, and I am today got a very special guest, Effy Murphy.
Hi.
How are you doing? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show. You're the first guest for Queen's Table in 2021. That's fantastic. So I've been very excited about talking to you today. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, you're currently Ms. Diamond Cork, aren't you? So Diamond Pageant, yeah? So
yes,
what made you enter Miss Diamond or Miss Diamond UK?
Miss Diamond, yeah. So this is my sash. It's actually Miss Diamond Ireland, so I'm competing for the Irish title.
Great, yeah.
So this is their first year running it for Ireland, so I'm excited. But yeah, I joined because basically this would actually be my third pageant. The first one was a national pageant, and I was very, very lucky to have won. Which was the Mrs. Ireland. And then the second pageant I entered was the Mrs. International Curve, which was an international title, but it didn't take you anywhere. You just, you have the actual title. But with Miss Diamond, you actually get to travel to Las Vegas. So that was a huge plus for me to enter the pageant. I was so excited about that. That would be one of the reasons. And the second reason to enter the Miss Diamond pageant was the Samaritans, which was the chosen charity. Obviously, a lot of people would know that I suffer with my mental health, so this was a charity that was close to home, and another reason why I decided to go for Diamond. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And also the Samaritans, actually, funny enough, our Pageant Land founder Jessica Barkley is doing a Samaritans run at the moment. So doing a run all the way through January every day, and she's got lots and lots of girls to enter, well, sort of contribute to it, and everyone's running all month for the Samaritans. That's amazing charity. So that's really, really good. So that's really, really good. So Las Vegas is an amazing place. So like, how would you feel if you won and you got to compete in Vegas?
Oh my God, imagine. Like, it'd be amazing. Like, just get on the plane with the girls from the pageant system, imagine the fun you'd have, and to get to Las Vegas, and it'd be just a dream, like, imagine. So
I know, it's an amazing place.
Yeah, they looked like they had so much fun the last time they were there. Like, they had a helicopter ride, and like the limousine, and they were having so much fun singing in it, and need to be there.
Yeah, that's it. We'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll be definitely cheering you on without a doubt. So, okay, so you've been through this amazing journey this last year, and I must admit, I looked at your Instagram earlier on, and it's just such an incredible journey you've been on. It's 11 stone you've lost in the last year or so.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. Well done you. You look amazing. Can you tell me a bit about your journey with this? Because it's just, it's fascinating. Yeah. It's such an achievement.
Yeah, so I suppose it started back in 2018. I was applying for a visa to go to New Zealand, and the New Zealand government said to me that I wasn't allowed into the country because I was a health hazard to their system. So basically, they gave me 3 months to lose some weight, and then they'd reassess to see if I'd be allowed to get a visa. So within the 3 months, I dropped 3 stone. I was doing just shakes. I got my visa eventually, and then I decided New Zealand wasn't for me. I came home, and once I came home, the weight started piling back on again. I was falling back into the depression about my weight, and I said I needed to do something. And I did research a weight loss surgery a few years prior to this, and I had booked to go to Mexico, but I chickened out of it. I never went. And so I started researching again, came across this hospital called Armet, which was on Facebook, and I booked, and I flew over there in June 2019, and that was the beginning of it. I came back then, and I joined Slimming World. I've been following the Slimming World plan since, and I'm still on Slimming World now. And within this year, I got awarded the title of Woman of the Year for Slimming World, and I also had the Greatest Loser achievement for 2020 with Slimming World as well. So it's brilliant. It's a great journey, and the fact that I can inspire more people along the way, it's great.
Oh no, that's amazing! Congratulations. That's such an achievement, isn't it? And I think you are very inspiring. It's like I'd look over your Instagram and things like that. I mean, I know what it's like, sort of. I mean, with my weight, for instance, it goes up and down all the time, and I have been used to living well previously, and it is great because you do, you get to eat healthily. It just teaches you to eat healthily, but you don't have to starve yourself, and I think that's very important because you don't want to obviously because putting on weight can make you feel bad, you can get a bit depressed, things like that. It affects different people in different ways, and obviously for health reasons as well. But I do find that is a very good way to lose weight because you can eat lots of things, but they're all healthy, and it just teaches you about food, doesn't it? It's like good. So, and you can still have those little treats as well. Yeah, so
exactly. You're allowed to have your treats. You have to have a treat every now and again,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I found with Slimming World, it actually taught me how to cook. Now I still burn things, but like I can learn how to cook, and I actually can learn. Like I've actually learned how to make things from scratch. I don't buy jar sauces anymore, which is great, and I'm teaching my kids as well how to do it. So it's really helpful.
Yeah, oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. You don't still burn things.
I burn toast. I'm terrible.
I'm sure my husband's watching this now, and he might know someone else that's a bit like that as well. So don't worry. I mean, to be honest, he does all the cooking, and I must admit, I'm an absolute. I'm just not great in the kitchen, but it's one of my missions actually this year is to, start cooking more, start enjoying it. I mean, especially now we're in lockdown, I can learn recipes and really go for it. And you can learn to make things from scratch, and it's so much better for the children as well, isn't it? So it's great. Yeah. Okay, so I understand you do a lot of local charity work. So what sort of local charities do you support, and what sort of things have you done for them?
Okay, so my local one would be St. Vincent de Paul. A lot of people don't know this story, so I'm going to give you a little exclusive. So when I came back from New Zealand, I know. So when I came back from New Zealand, I came back. My marriage was after splitting, and I came back with my 3 kids. And when I came home, before I flew to New Zealand, I sold everything I had. I sold my business. The house was gone. So to come back with 3 kids, I had absolutely nothing. I sold everything to go there. So I came back and I was living in 1 bedroom in my parents' house with my 3 children. We had no home. We had absolutely nothing, a suitcase full of clothes, basically. And St. Vincent de Paul helped me, when I finally got my house, and they helped me have food on the table for the kids. They came with Christmas presents, things like that. And so grateful for that. And so now it was my turn to give back, that I'm in a position now where I can actually help other families. And so that was my main reason why I wanted to go with St. Vincent de Paul. It's a great charity. It's St. Vincent de Paul Youghal, and if anybody wants to donate, you can.
That's absolutely lovely because that's so nice as well. That's really, really heartwarming story because they were there for you when you needed them, and you're actually remember that, and you're giving something back. So that's really, really kind. It just shows what a lovely, kind, generous person you are. That's so nice. So what other sort of charities do you support? We know you support Samaritans. Is there any other ones that are close to your heart?
Yeah, there is. So I do the Darkness into Light. It's called Pieta House. Darkness into Light is basically for people who has been through someone in their family who's suicide. Unfortunately for me, I've had a lot of family members and friends pass away due to suicide, and I suppose the last couple of years it's been very, very high in Ireland. So to support Pieta House, it's huge. We this year for the walk, we obviously with COVID and things like that, it was postponed, so we done our own kind of walk and things like that. But Pieta House would be a huge one. I also done the Evening Echo Mini Marathon this year. I actually done a marathon.
Yay! Well,
I know, like I can't even walk up the stairs. No word of a lie, I'm so unfit. But yeah, I done it this year, and again I had to do it solo. Usually it's like thousands of women coming together and doing a marathon and supporting certain charities. This year I done it by myself. I had a photographer come with me, Aisling. She's just fantastic, and she took some photographs of me with my medal. I got a medal.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness! You're just such an inspiration. You seriously are, because that's such an achievement. Because you said you were so unfit before that you literally couldn't walk up the stairs, and then to think a year and a bit later you're doing a marathon, and and that's just incredible. That is such an achievement. How did you feel when you crossed the finishing line?
Oh, it was amazing. It was so good, and I think my biggest achievement, and this is going to sound so silly, but my biggest achievement is to be able to put on my left sock.
Yeah. I love it.
No word of a lie. I was so unfit that my children had to put my socks on for me. Like I couldn't bend over to do it. So now to be able to put on my shoes and socks, like, that's huge.
You're like, I can do this. That's amazing, isn't it? That's it. So how did you find doing like the marathon? So was it more sort of, you did it on your own? Obviously, as you know, COVID is pretty much appearances, things like that, charity things, it's all been having to be done a lot differently. I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, how have you gone about your appearances for the final this year? Have you changed some more to online, or obviously you've done the marathon? What other ones have you done this year, and just how you adapted?
So I was kind of lucky to get out and about in the community before COVID actually took over. So I was able to attend a few tea parties, a few cake sales, things like that. I've done a lot for the locals. And so then we had St. Patrick's Day. So this was just before COVID started, actually. And Ireland went into lockdown. So our St. Patrick's Day parade was actually cancelled. So we kind of figured out how we could go about that, and we decided to do a drive-through parade. So everybody got in their cars and drove through the town and dressed up their cars with little leprechauns and things like that. And yeah, it was so much fun. I was able to go live on my Facebook so everyone could see. And it was great, to actually stand there with my sash, and it was really good. I also done another appearance, which was a good favourite one of mine. It was for Down Syndrome Ireland. It was Cork's Got Talent, and they're actually after inviting me back to their finals in the new year, to come back and judge the best dressed lady. Me judging the best dressed lady.
Oh.
So yeah, I was like, I'm so excited. So excited.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Oh, this is great, because it sounds like you've got a lot of a lot of charities mean a lot to you, and you are getting out and about in the community. I know COVID's changed things a bit, but you have been out and about, and you're just doing so many things, so many positive, amazing things. I mean, you must be so proud of yourself. Definitely, because you're just doing so much, so it's good. So what's your platform, your main platform, and what does it stand for? What does it, what's your main passion and your platform?
So mental health would be the first one. I actually have two: mental health and self-love. And I suppose the self-love part of it would come into me and my journey and inspiring other people. And, I had a campaign going, and it was #beauty at any size. And basically it was to teach everybody, like, not just within the community of the pageants, but everybody, love yourself. Self-love is so important. And once you start loving yourself, everybody can see it, and it shows, and you attract more positivity, I think, when you're, So that was one. The second one then was my mental health. Obviously, I've told the story before. I suffer from depression, anxiety. I used to have a lot of panic attacks. Thankfully, they're gone, and I'm in a much happier place now. But just to bring awareness, it's okay to not be okay. And so that was them.
That's amazing. That's it. I mean, it is good. I think self-love is very important, and I think it does take for some people a long time to get there. I mean, I know from a personal point of view that I've been on this journey as well, where until you accept sort of who you are inside, and it really sort of changes you as a person, and you can just really sort of enjoy life and be a lot more happier, can't you? Without that. So have you got all your gowns for the final, or you got all the outfits ready? Or
oh my God, it's so funny. I have all my outfits since last year, the beginning of last year, and I bought them all in a size 12 because, like, the last time I competed, my dress size was size 24 to 26. So I purposely bought a 12, and I was like, I'm going to get into a 12. So I have my fashion wear, I have my swimwear, I have my interview, I have chosen my gown. It's over in Swansea at the moment with Kylie Rose Boutique. She's going to murder me over this dress. But so excited. Can't wait to have it, try it on.
Oh, I
Yeah.
tell you what, we can't wait to see your outfits. That's one of the, I mean, I must admit, I love all the charity work. I love all the time with the girls, but, a bit of a favourite bit is it must be for everybody, getting that perfect gown, that perfect fashion wear and getting up on
Yeah.
stage and just being like, it's just that moment, isn't it? It's a great
Oh,
feeling.
it is. It's
But
so good.
yeah, I'm not sure whether lockdown's good for us girls, though. I'll tell you what, you get more time to spend online looking at dresses and things, and it's kind of like, is this dangerous? So like my husband's like
It
going
is.
white, like.
I'm after buying so many outfits now. I kind of have doubles of everything, so I have a choice.
That's it. I must admit, my wardrobe. We did notice the other day. The rail. It's sort of bent like this. It's sort of going down, and I was
Oh
like,
no.
maybe I must not hang more sequin stuff in there because of the weight. And I'm like looking at it thinking that's going to go soon. But it's part of the enjoyment. It's quite worrying actually because it is quite far down, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah. So with your weight loss, I mean, obviously, what's it done for your confidence? It looks like it's just given you so much more confidence, and you just look happy. And I mean, I must admit, you looked amazing before. You look amazing now because you're a beautiful person inside. But how do you feel? Do you feel more confident and more healthy?
I suppose if I'm honest, the confidence thing is not there yet. I might come across as the most confident person, but I was actually a lot more confident in myself when I was plus size. I think now that I've lost the weight and kind of drawn a little bit of attention to my journey and things like that, I'm kind of a lot more paranoid now. Even though I love myself as I am very focused on silly flaws that I never was before. And I think that just comes with the journey, really, doesn't it? And yeah, cosmetic surgeries. I had my first dose of cosmetic surgery this year, and I think after going there, I'm a small bit addicted now. I'm looking forward to going back, for things that I don't need. But that's the joys of it.
Honestly, like I said before, you look amazing, and you do come across as very confident. I think at the moment, though, with confidence and sort of things like that, we've all been through such a hard year, and it's crazy to think about what we've all actually been through this last year, because it's had an impact on everybody's lives. It's been something we've never been through before. And so I do think that's a big factor in it. But I think that hopefully this year will be better, and I do hope we get back into Pageant Land. Can you just imagine the first pageant back? Everyone's going to just be like, ah!
Everyone's just going to go crazy. I'm so excited, to see everyone, and even though I'm Irish and I'm involved with the UK pageant community a lot, and I see you guys at Galaxy, the finals in Northern Ireland and things like that. And even though we're so far apart, we were always involved, and I always got to speak to everyone. But I really do feel kind of I'm further away. I feel like I'm in Ireland, whereas before it was like we were all kind of together. COVID has put a stop to the whole, community side of things, but I can't wait for everyone to get back together. We're going to have some major party.
I know, definitely. There's going to be like crowns and dresses and glitter and sequins
everywhere.
Everywhere. It's going to be like, it will be lovely. But I mean, I must admit, it's lovely doing things like this, for instance, because it is nice to chat to you, and it is nice to get a bit of that pageant thing going. And I know there's going to be a quiz next week with Holly and some of the team there. So I'm really looking forward to that. So there's lots of bits and pieces going on. And, we're lucky with the technology these days that we can actually communicate online and things like that, and obviously FaceTime each other, which I think is a really big help, because obviously, back in the day, I remember having a sort of Nokia, which is like a little brick, and you won't be able to FaceTime on that, and your battery lasted forever. That was fine. You mean your battery lasted for about 5 days? But
where did we go wrong?
I know. We got more technology, and you get to do more on the phone, but the batteries do not last 10 minutes. That's the only problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so anyway, it's been so lovely to catch up with you today. I mean, thank you so much for coming on, and I wish you all the luck, and we'll all be there to support you at the final. We'll all be cheering you on and going crazy, like get out the Effys banners.
Love it. I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be every single pageant going. Trust me, I'm going to be supporting all the girls. I cannot wait to see, and hopefully this year we will all be back together again soon. But thank you so much for talking to Pageant Land. And
Oh,
you
thank
take
you
care.
so much for having me.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.